County Commission to spend a sum of $8,000 towards the immediate acquisition of extra facilities for Miss Mallow to be able to house additional animals and to meet the needs that the sheriff indicates and other people in the community feel needs to be satisfied.
May I say something? I don't think this meeting was posted correctly. We didn't post this meeting till Wednesday.
Thank you.
I was under the impression that today was not
You're right.
actionable either.
That's
because of
my
that.
understanding as
So-
well.
So I was asked to post it Tuesday evening, and I
Right.
did it Wednesday.
Right.
Well, then we'll have to
It
put
was
it on the
information.
agenda
Yeah, we'll have to
for
put it on the agenda for
Right.
next
Tuesday,
meeting.
the 15th.
That's my mistake.
I thought
That's
this
not a
was for
mistake.
gathering information
That's what
and
I was
trying
asked
to
to
move
do,
toward a
and I
solution.
didn't-
I was always under the impression that today was just a
Right.
discussion informational
Yes.
meeting.
Okay, well, I think then that will certainly be on the agenda for
Yes.
next time, is the matter of the spending of $8,000 for additional facilities for Miss Mallow. We put that on the agenda as that
In
item.
fact, it
Just to
would be
remind
helpful.
people what that 8,000 is, it's 500 for a quarantine facility, which was very much the first roadblock that the sheriff hit when he had to
Yes.
quarantine an animal. And the other 7,500 is divided by 3. That's $2,500 for 3-run cage times 3.
Okay, and then the second issue is personnel, and we can discuss that. Sheriff, you feel you need personnel up there. What about the community corrections people to assist you? Can you
It's-
not have somebody
I
assigned
have-
there full-time?
Well, they only have, I believe, 3 in the upper end on the
That doesn't do
program.
anything for a day off either, because community corrections has to be.
Be
I have
supervised.
to supervise
That
most
doesn't
of
do a
them. I've
thing
only
for
got
days off.
one that I don't even have to be there,
It's
you know.
nice, but
He's,
it's as,
you know,
And
I've got one
nonprofit.
that I can be gone and I know that it's gonna be taken
What's
care
that
of,
name?
but the,
And I don't think they can, unless your shelter's nonprofit.
I'm county shelter. I'm nonprofit
they
too.
can work
I am
for
the
that.
nonprofit,
They
but
are
I am
allowed,
county.
it's
I'm
fine.
already.
it's as we have people that can work up there, and
I'm a
also it
community
has to
service.
be supervised.
Right.
We don't want
Yeah.
unsupervised labor.
So
on
she
that.
needs a part-time paid
Yeah.
person.
And I would like to point out that working our animal control officer 7 days a week for 13 years is not a situation we can tolerate anymore. We need to get Sandy some days off.
Well, that's why I basically said that I'm on duty from 7 to 3, but if the sheriff needs me, all he's gotta do is call me. I have my own radios because my father and my mother were, you know, in the ham operator, so we already have I already have 2-meter radios in every one of my vehicles. I just need to get an assigned number so that I can be in contact with them. You know, so I used to have one, and was in contact with the sheriff department all the time. So if I'm out on the road and they would get a call and they needed me, they could get a hold of me. With us not having cell phone service, I'm clear back to the house. Then they call, then I'm clear back down here, and you know, it's just, you know, that's why we were setting up holding pens down here. Lee Tinney was actually, we had worked on that for a while, but then we run into a problem where Lee would be on duty and somebody come and just throw a dog in his pen.
Ms. Mallon, could you
Yes.
then, for our next meeting, bring us a proposal for a part-time person?
Okay.
A proposed salary
Okay.
and a proposed duties and job description, a
Okay.
proposed time that that person would work, and if you had in mind a person to actually fill that position, so that we
Okay.
could undertake it in some form of realistic approach.
Okay.
I want
ASAP.
to, I want to ask also, and this sounds good, I think we need to do these steps. My question is, to what degree does this help the sheriff immediately?
What it will do is just allow us to place the animals that we can't place right now.
I mean, even if you have animals,
It doesn't help us as far as having the ability to go out and deal with them and enforce them, laws that they are.
That comes back to laws and
I'm
process.
still in the same boat with those not defined and not knowing to go out and do it unless it's in the process.
So there's still more work to do there on that very initial
Yeah.
process.
So we're going to need a further dialogue between the commission, the prosecuting attorney, and the sheriff as regards to
And animal control.
and animal control.
I think on these discussions going forward, we need to have the sheriff and animal control
Well, if I
That
could
all
too, I
helps.
would, if it would be, I would like to ask that the Humane Society be part of that.
Well, please,
Uh,
we'll leave you
Because,
out.
again, I think everything we're gonna do here moving forward needs to be collective as one team, not
Right.
numerous two or three.
And ultimately, that bearing of what we're doing in the short term needs to be heading towards that vision of a long-term.
Right, and
solution.
remember, we asked for, we've decided that we need a shelter committee because we're 501c3. But on that committee, we want the sheriff, we want one commission representative, we want Sandy. So on that committee to look at the long term, we want to be moving in concert, you know, with you guys. But when we apply for the money, we're probably going to apply through the Humane Society because of the 501c3, and once again, we're ready to commit, and Aaron is a really enthusiastic person who's really looked into this, so you want to say a little bit about what you feel like our prospects are for raising the money?
Well, I've actually been actually working on this for a couple of years now. And, I've been talking, so they really, most of the people I talked to advise us to take the lead because we're 501c3 and, you know, and appoint a shelter of the stakeholders, so as Leslie talked about it. And, they really just say you gotta get going. We need to really do the committee immediately and start raising the funds. That's gonna be our, you know, what's gonna take us the longest. So if we get the committee established, we can start raising the funds, and start the design process as well. So if we kinda just start on everything, but we have to start immediately. So the fund, you know, we can do it with minimum fundraising, a lot of grants, to secure our funds. We can start on design and really get the ball rolling if we have a small group, a small committee that really takes it on immediately. I mean, we've got to start while all these short-term solutions are going on as well, so that we can.
And one of the reasons that we haven't managed to do this in the past is that we have not had a long-term, ongoing commitment from the commission for what it's going to take to keep this shelter operating. And that's got to be part of it, you guys, and you're just now seeing this, and I know you probably have sticker shock, but once you put together what it's going to cost to have the sheriff, have the animal, to have the humane part of it, and an officer, and what it actually costs to have Sandy do her job right, it's going to look like a reasonable prospect in the end to have those maintenance costs at the proper facility.
I'd like to just offer now that this committee for this long-term approach, if you're asking for someone from the commission, I would like to be able to do that, but that's a separate time. But